Good morning, children. Welcome to Narayana live classes. Today, as a part of our assignment, we are going to learn article writing. Okay, so before we get into article writing, we have to know what is an article and its format. Coming to article, an article is a formal piece of writing on a given topic. It may be factual, narrative, or discursive. In order to write a good article, one needs to read extensively and should have constant writing practice. Now let us see how many types of articles to be written. Can be written. Articles are of two types. Articles for magazines and article for newspapers. The articles which we write for magazines has a limited audience, whereas the articles what we write for the newspapers has a wider audience. Now let us see the format of article writing. This article writing has the following steps. We have to follow the following steps. Okay, first of all, we should see the heading should be written in the middle of the page. Heading. As far as possible, you have to put the heading in the middle of the page, and it should be followed by a byline. Okay, it should be followed by a byline. Byline means who has written that article. Next, this heading should be eye-catching, and it should encapsulate the total theme of the article writing. Total theme. Next one, let us see. The foremost part is introduction. Is the introduction part. So what should be written in introduction part? The opening paragraph state what the article is about. The opening paragraph in the part of introduction, the opening paragraph states what the article is about. It should be catching attention. It should arouse interest, and the language should be precise, and you can use definition or quotation to support or to attract the audience. The second one is development. The second one is the development of the article. So the main part, the body part, the development, how you are going to develop. What are the things you are going to write? Let us see. Use facts to support your claims. You have to use number of facts. Give examples. Give logical, concerning and convincing manner. You have to give logical concern. And these things should be written in the development. In the part of development, another one is comparison and contrast. Comparison and contrast. In comparison, you have to compare. You have to give views. We have to say why your writing skill is better than others. You have to compare and contrast the things in the paragraph. The last one is known as the conclusion. In the conclusion part, you have to sum up by giving a consolidated idea. You have to give a consolidated idea while summing up. And you have to offer some suggestions and measures for improvement. And you can also write some personal observations regarding this writing skill. Personal observation. Okay, this is as a part of format. Now let us see. I am going to give two questions which we are going to draft. Okay, two questions I am going to give you which we are going to draft. The first question. Okay. The first question. Question number 1. Global warming change global warming or climatic change has become a worldwide concern. Okay, it is gradually developing into an unprecedented environmental crisis. Evident in melting glaciers, changing climates, changing weather patterns, rising sea level, floods, cyclones, and droughts. Okay, write an article on global warming. Write an article on global warming. So now let us see what are we going to write in this part. First of all, you have to write one heading as I told you. You have to select one particular or very accurate, appropriate title for it. Global warming, so and so. Now you have to start the introductory paragraph. What are you going to write down in the introductory paragraph? So you are going to write what is global warming and the causes of global warming. The second paragraph, the development of the paragraph, you have to write down the causes, already have written, the effects of global warming, what are the consequences we are going to face for global warming, how and why this global warming has come, what is the importance of planting trees, afforestation, and what are the roles to be taken by the government and the people to stop this global warming. So the total description you have to give. So you have to use some facts, you have to claim your you have to support your answer, and everything you have to give by examples, by logical and in a convincing manner. Okay, now you have to comparison. So how it was then, now how it is and how it will be, and if you are not going to take some measures, how it is going to affect. That comparisons you have to give. You have to give your views and you have to give the contrary examples. Now the last thing you have to do is conclusion. So in what way you are going to conclude? So you have to show that if you are not going to take any action or any steps to control this global warming, what are the effects we are going to face in future? how it is going to destroy our world. We are spoiling the world in which we live. So all these facts you have to give. You have to give us consolidated data. You have to sum up. And you can also give some suggestions. You have to open your article for suggestions and for improvement. And what are the measures to be taken? This is the way how you are going to write you have to draft a article. Now let us see the second one. How we are going to write the second article. The second article, you have to draft. The second one is farmers committing suicide. Farmers committing suicide can be truly embarrassing situation for any society. The issues compelling the farmers to commit suicide are required to be paid attention immediately. Write an article on how these issues can be solved. Now let us see how we are going to write down. Farmers committing suicide can be truly embarrassing situation for any society. The issues compelling the farmers to commit suicide are required to be paid attention immediately. Write an article on how these issues can be solved. Well, coming to this second question, drafting. First of all, as usual, you have to select an appropriate title or heading which should be written in the middle of the paper or page. And in that one, you have to write, and your heading should be eye-catching. It should encapsulate the total theme of what you are going to write. And you have to give very good points to write. You have to think and write. So who are the farmers? Why they are getting suicide? So what are the causes of their suicide? First of all, there may be climatic changes, because no proper rains. If it is going to rain, it is heavy. Sometimes cyclones, droughts, floods, all these things, they cause some of the effects are the reasons for them to getting suicide. because they take loans from the other money lenders or the landlords. When they can't repay, their debt is going to increase because there is no crop they have gained, and they have to wait another 1 year or 2 years to get the crop, and there is no guarantee that next year also they are going to have some crops. So due to that, they are committing suicide. There are other reasons, financial, there are other reasons, they are depressed, and all these are leading to what? Suicides. So in the first paragraph you have to give the reasons, all those things. Now the next one, we have to write down the development of the content. In the development of the content, you have to write down what are the other causes for the farmers to suicide. You have to give some facts related to that one. Example, like Kerala, Karnataka, Maharashtra, Andhra Pradesh, these farmers are getting suicide. And in agriculture only, these people are getting suicide. You can't find that much of number in any other profession or occupation except agriculture. So why this? You have to give every fact related to that. You can give some quotes, you can give some examples. Okay, you have to give some logical and convincing what? Examples. And the next one is comparison. How you have to contrast how the farmers used to be once upon a time. How they are, though the technology has increased, but there is no proper what? Care, or no proper what? The governments are not taking proper care towards these farmers. The help they are giving, that are only few, they are not reaching their needs. So now let us go and conclude the article. Conclusion part. You have to sum up. You have to you have to give the total view in a what? Consolidated data. You have to give your ideas. You have to give some space for what? Suggestions and what? And for measures to be taken to stop this type of suicides. And you have to end that article writing. So this is the way how we are going to draft. Everyone has their own ideas. I hope you understood what is an article writing, and I request everyone to write down the article writing and present by as early as possible. Thank you. Have a nice day.